Today I am going to fill a page in my sketchbook with watercolors. Although this is not entirely a paint with me, please do feel free to take out your sketchbooks and fill out a page. I have very few pages left of the sketchbook, so hopefully my next video will be a sketchbook tour. Speaking of my next video, I wanted to quickly thank my friends for being so supportive of my last video.
You're welcome.
That's my younger brother. Okay. From personally messaging me to leaving encouraging comments to even sharing it with their friends, I don't know what to say. I was so overwhelmed with the positive response. I definitely went to bed with a big smile on my face. Anyways, about the video, I'm painting a photo I took back in my home country. It's a mosque. Since Eid is almost here, I wanted to celebrate that a little in my sketchbook. So for the greenery, what I did is I first wet the page a little bit, making sure that the page isn't soaking wet, but it's slightly damp. And then I put a very light coat of green color, but I made sure that I could build it up from here on. So make sure you first go in with a very light color. While I was waiting for it to dry, I decided I would lightly paint the mosque. And then I went back after it dried, and with these little stippling motions, I added the little details. I wanted this painting to be more loose, so I kind of wish that I didn't add that much detail into the leaves, but I think it's a great learning experience. So next time maybe I'll try something more loose. I didn't want to spend more than like 20-30 minutes at max for the sketchbook page, so this was done fairly quickly. It was a very loose study, so cannot complain at how it turned out. After I did the greenery, you'll see me move around a lot from the mosque back to the greenery, back to the mosque, then the sky, etc, etc. I don't know why I didn't paint the sky first. That would have made things a lot easier, and that's usually how I start painting. But I guess I was a bit more conscious of the camera above me, but that's okay. Next time I think I will get more used to this as time goes on. Ooh, okay, so watching this again, this is the part I don't like. I was being too confident and I went in with too dark of a color to shade in the top part of the mosque, and I low-key should have went with a lighter hand and then kind of built up my colors from there, because that's how watercolors usually work. You start light with transparent coats of color and then you build up your colors from there, because it's easier to go from light to dark instead of dark to light. There isn't much more to say about the painting. If I can think of little tips and tricks, I'll share them along the way, but I would like to quickly say Eid Mubarak, although I know that's next week. We've been fasting for a month, so I thought, hey, let's celebrate this right now. And especially because of the quarantine, we are not really going to be with friends and family. I think it's very important to acknowledge the importance of Eid for us, for our families, and take it easy. Take it easy sometimes. Ooh, okay, this is my favorite part where I did that front part of the mosque. I don't know what they are called. I know what they're called in my language, not in English. I'm sorry. My brother is here with me, so if you hear anything in the background, that's my brother. Yeah, so when I shaded that front part of the structure, that's what I had hoped I could have done with that bigger... What is that called? That
Dome?
Dome! The dome of the mosque. There we go.
Genius. English skills 100%.
Shh, this is my video. See with that third little dome, I went dark again, and I guess I can't. Yeah, Yeah, I went dark. I was trying to be positive, but I went a bit too dark. And I think I went a little too blue. I wish I had mixed a little bit more gray. I think that could have definitely taken this painting to a more realistic looking painting. But with watercolors, what I've noticed is that I tend to be very particular about where I put the paint, which is nice, but the purpose of watercolors, at least for me, is that it's a very flowy, fluid type medium. So I would like to start and take more advantage of those properties. And in the beginning of this painting, although I was doing that, I slowly reverted back to more detail. But I am definitely studying more in my sketchbook in terms of using the wet on wet technique or the lifting techniques involved with watercolors. So again, hopefully a sketchbook tour will come very, very soon. I'm almost done. So see, I'm using the wet on wet technique where I'm painting the sky. I'm just coating the sky with water, and then very lightly I'm adding blue paint. And what this does is that it allows you to have a more smooth gradient. And then while the page is still damp, I decided to take a darker blue, and I'm just tapping the page. And you know, clouds are not perfectly shaped, so I'm not really caring about how they look. I'm just putting those dark color on the page, and I'm done. Here we remove the tape. I don't know what to say. Alright, that's all. I hope you take care, and that's all I want to say. Thank you.